Look, Syrian? No, I'm not Syrian. I'm Iraqi. Bias? That's crazy, bro. Trying to figure out what's the best lighting. I'm from. Oh, I wasn't actually born in Iraq. My parents are Iraqi, though. From the capital. Good, Roger. What's good, Arthur? Manny, Dragos, Minced, Elian, BG. Yeah, bias this early on? No hello, nothing. Just bias. Bias. Straight to bias. Not even a hello, man. It's crazy, man. It's getting out of hand now. Now it's getting out of hand. I've been live for 30 seconds. 30 seconds, bro. We'll cover bias closer when more people join. Bias now, little baby. This guy's funny. We had a good weekend. Basketball league is going good. We won last game, which is good, obviously. Hopefully we can win again. Hmm. I played better, but I wasn't as aggressive as I wanted to be still. We won the last war on Clash of Clans. That's good, bro. Hopefully we win the next one. I'm guessing we're gonna chop until CPI. Possible scenario. I didn't play bad, but it'll get better. Caddy bro, it's day 83. I'm 17 away from 100. Yes, you are 17 away. Yo, are you Bears today? We'll cover bias. I'm guessing we're gonna, yeah. We'll cover bias as more people join. And I feel like I have these external lights. Like it's just too damn bright, bro. Like I gotta wear sunglasses or something. Or the blue light glasses. I genuinely feel like these lights to my left and right are just too damn bright. But like I don't have a solution. I can't turn them off. The lighting will just be too bad. So I really don't know what to do. Someone said wrong mic. I don't know. How does it sound like on TikTok or YouTube? Good morning. YouTube seems to be okay. You know, I think maybe does that help or no? This guy said, "Give me some financial advice." Thoughts on Powell's possible resignation? Sounds better. Okay, I think that helps. Yeah. Cameron, stop spamming my chat, bro. You gotta get a little bit of a life, man. At least a little bit. Not a lot of it, bro. Just a little bit. The anti-radiation ones? Yeah, I'm thinking, bro. The thing is, like, if I get sunglasses, if I get you hear it? Oh, it's fine now. Let me know. If I wear sunglasses, bro, like the clips are gonna look so weird. We'll cover bias shortly. Can we be friends? Bro, I'm gonna be honest, you're hella weird, bro. I don't know about that. 8:30 candle marks out the start of the New York kill zone. So I want to refer back to that level as an equilibrium point. Basically, price started at in the New York kill zone at 8:30. Can you show time for each time zone? I always get tripped up. Listen, realistically, what you should be doing is trading on Eastern time zone. Unfortunately, the rest of the world doesn't care about your time zone. Just set your time to Eastern time. I'm gonna mute this guy, bro. You're just spamming way too much, bro. Yeah, 5 minutes, bro. Go take a deep breath somewhere, bro. Go on a little bit of a walk and then come back. You're too excited, bro. Too damn excited. But yeah, just change your time to Eastern. Otherwise, it's always going to be confusing. Everyone should have their chart set to Eastern time. Unfortunately, yeah, like I said, no one really cares about your time zone. Unfortunately, we can cover a bit of bias overall, and we're still bullish higher time frame. But overall, these are the levels I have marked out on the daily. If we can get closure below here, if we get closure below here on the daily chart, my eye goes to this low. Besides this low, I'm looking at the weekly bullish fair value gap as a likely target. The reason I say that is because we took previous week's high last time and then closed bearish. So to me, because we didn't get that order block, we came down. Like we're trying to come down. To me, that probably indicates we're likely to at least take out this low. Maybe even this one. However, it's Monday, so we have no idea what the weekly power of 3 is going to do on a Monday. Going into the day, it looks pretty bullish. I mean, according to our model, it says this low is protected. The only thing is we don't have any clear draw, right, besides like these equal highs here. Previous PM session highs, which is quite a long way. I'm also not expecting expansion today. So Is my bias bearish? No, but I'm pretty much gonna just sit here and wait for a reversal. You know? Can you copy trade five? Does Alpha do 5 accounts now, or is it three? I thought it was three, but I also heard they were gonna implement five. So, like, order flow is bullish right now. Right now, I'm not bearish, but I'm not gonna be longing up here on a Monday. On a no news Monday, we're expecting a range, so I want to see it break down, and we're just gonna have to wait for that. You know, so I'm not bearish. They make that very clear. I'm not, but I'm gonna sit here and wait for it to make me bearish. Pretty much, I'm gonna wait for bearish order flow, and that way we can. Because I'm not gonna long. I'm expecting a range day, right? So I mean, I guess you could say I'm bearish. I'm expecting eventually we reach some sort of premium, and then start to break down the opposite direction. It's not because I'm bearish. It's because I'm not expecting expansion and expansion. If we do get clear expansion, then we know where we're going. These previous PM session highs. Um, but I wouldn't favor that on a day like this. I'm not even gonna mark it. Just depends how bullish 930 open is. We had IFUG 1 hour time frame. Yeah, that is a true statement. What's good, Adil? What about the huge Bitcoin on daily time frame? Yeah, I am expecting a retracement to that level. I marked it out here. I don't think it's gonna happen today. It could, but yeah, I'm gonna be trading evals only today as well. Yeah, you can copy trade, man. Yeah, you can. Looking for a sell off. Yeah, buy. It is something to close with the looking gap before looking for longs. I would prefer that as well. What's up, username? Appreciate you, ND. Speak facts. Speaks facts. Appreciate you, bro. You too. What's good, Raj? What's good, Robert? What's good, Guap? Took a long in London off your model you talked about last week. Oh, you took the daily reversal model in London, like here. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Adnan says hi. What a weirdo. That's good, bro. Yeah, the London model. You know, realistically, I wouldn't be on a day like this. I wouldn't hold this model. But on any other day, say it was CPI or no, I guess not CPI, but like say on any other day that were regular protocol, I'm looking for -2 previous session liquidity, etc. On a day like this, I probably wouldn't hold, but it might expand. But it's just a no news Monday, so it's super red flag. I went for a 5 minute. Bro, you're already 5 chats in, bro. Cameron, if you spam again, we're just gonna have to get rid of you, bro. My bias is I don't really have a bias. I have a game plan. And my game plan is to wait for high probability shorts. No, you're not a weirdo, Raj. Facts. Yeah, that's kind of the best thing to do, in my opinion. Standard deviations kind of lines with PM session high. Could be a nice short setup. Already got a little win. Nice, bro. Do you love me, bro? Bro, I don't even know you. All I know is you spam my chat. You think you make a new high this week? Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna try to predict how high we're gonna go, but I am bullish this week. Yeah, I'm expecting a move higher this week. Previous week low the target. That is a strong target. That is a strong target. Anyway, I got a new eval just for this, just for today. Um, nice man. Another guy got a payout with alpha futures. I feel good. I love you, guys. I love you too, Garrett. See, Garrett, I'll say it back because I'm not a weirdo. Cameron, you a weirdo, bro. We're gonna have zero opening range gap. This opening's gonna be lame. Cameron, bro, I don't think you can control yourself, man. We're gonna have to mute you. What's good say? Look at our opening range gap, guys. That's our opening range gap. Oh, that's good. I'm doing late. Do you usually trade on those Mondays? I got an eval just to trade for today. So I'm not gonna trade my fundeds, especially when we have such a good week, or an easier week, I should say. So not my funded, but I'll trade my eval. It won't work for Cameron, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to wait for price to break down. There really isn't any significant levels to potentially short from. I see this city. Yeah, I'm only trading my eval on eval. I literally just got this eval just to trade today. Well, I also want to slowly stack up Apex evals. I mean funded, but how cute we marked that at the same time. I'm trading today, yeah, but still got to tune in and tape read. Yeah, let's see what happens. Why is your chart 10 minutes behind? It's because you don't have real-time data. How much you risking on it? Probably gonna risk 750 on my eval. I love you, dog. You made me cash on Friday. I don't even remember what happened Friday, but nice, bro. No first bet. It would have been. No, it wouldn't have been. Yeah, actually, it would have been. Yeah. No, no, I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have used it. This guy, there's no way this guy Cameron made a new account, bro. You know, I've had worse trolls. I've had worse trolls. Are you locked in? No, not yet. This guy made this guy made a new account, bro. Yo, Halo, I'm assuming you're here. I don't know, maybe you said something. So when you request payout with Alpha, this is pretty much for most firms. You're not allowed to trade the account until they approve the payout. Think about it like this. Basically, you request a payout. If you trade and then lose money, you're no longer eligible. So you just have to get approved before you can trade the account, right? Approval it's really quick. It's really quick. You just got to make sure you did all the paperwork and the stuff correctly, right? Should be pretty quick though. It's just because they don't want you to lose any money on the account before the payout comes. Well, they don't really care whether you lose money or not, obviously. But if you lose money, then you won't be eligible anymore. So, did you just request it this morning? It should be pretty quick. Usually the approvals are really quick, assuming you did everything correctly. Like it should be less than 24 hours. Last line around 12, and you haven't been approved yet. I mean, they obviously wouldn't be working. I mean, no, they're 24 hours. Last night around 12, that's morning for them. I would low-key open up a support ticket, bro. Just tell them, like, speed it up. Because what happens sometimes, Halo, is something goes wrong. Like, maybe you put in the wrong information for something. And then if you don't message them, like, they'll message you. They'll message you. But they may take, like, an extra day, like, an extra 24 hours to message you. I would just message them and be like, why hasn't it happened yet? Because usually it's like, you'll get paid in the same day, bro. No, no, I wouldn't even email them. What I would do is just go to their Discord. Go to their Discord and open up a ticket right here. Just click the open ticket. You do this, bro, they'll reply to you in like 5 minutes. And then just like tell them in the chat you opened up a ticket. That's probably the best thing you can do. Bro said Jamil Jackson. Yeah, this guy's not real, bro. Username. I'm gonna make you a moderator too. I feel like you're always here. All right, let's mute. Let's mute. Jamil, bro, how many accounts does this guy have, bro? Anyway, I'm gonna minimize chat. I know we're only trading in eval. Is it just me or does this shit look hella weird, bro? What is with these candles? They look like fake. Or am I tripping? It looks so fake, these candles. Anyways. um anyways, let's lock in. So we're getting that breakdown lower. Quickly glance at the YM. The YM gave us CISD already. First presentation. Like I guess most people go live and they have no they don't really put on their webcam. I gotta see what other people do actually because do they have like lights like bro I have like lights blaring in my face right now, bro. It's like quite frustrating. It's quite annoying, if I'm being honest. Anyways, I'm not trading my finance today, but I will trade this brand new 50K eval. Um, Today is day 4 out of 100. Day 4 out of 100. Should be pretty interesting. Hopefully a good week this week. Trading back into that hourly sibby. Well, we shall wait and see. Let's see. A pretty not I'm gonna say not important, but insignificant opening. Ideally, I want to wait for 940, 945, 950 macro going into the macro. That's when we'll probably get something significant that's easier to trust. I'm gonna see who else. I guess those people just have like way better cameras and they don't need as much lighting as me. I'm just gonna wait for high probability shorts. We are starting to break down now. What the hell? I'm gonna look at other people who go live and look at their webcams. Do they look like they have a light glaring in their eyes? We are trying to break down. We inverse first presentation. I would view this as a CISD, but again, I want to wait for 9:45 going into the macro because realistically, all we've really done is go sideways. I guess maybe not really, but I am still a little bit skeptical just because of all the wicking. So I'm just gonna wait for the macro, get as many confluences for a trade as possible. This guy trades in a dark room. He definitely has a ring light though. Is anyone else live? I guess most people are in like some sort of a dark. Well, my room is pretty dark too in the background. It's just the lighting. Look at me keep finding. So I'm waiting for 9:45. Not that that's when the macro starts. Guys, I think I just have to invest in like LED lights. But I don't know where I'd put it. Where would I put LED lights? It's down. I mean, that's not bad. Realistically, I don't even need this light here. This one here doesn't even do anything. I don't know. And we are dumping. This is the best lighting. I mean, the model's there. Not something I would trust, but the model's there. Pretty solid move for a no news Monday. This backline I marked out. I'm gonna mark out these equal lows. See if we get that. So I wouldn't mind looking for a protraction model. All the way down to new week opening gap low. Pretty solid classic model. I guess in hindsight, the first presentation inversion was not bad. It's a nice BPR in there. Send that to Bobby. Damn, that really went, huh? I didn't really expect that sort of speed at that time. We might go straight to London lows. I wouldn't mind taking a protraction setup if we get it towards London lows. You can already see ES starting to trade up. I mean, solid first presentation play. In my opinion, hard to trust, but it delivered. You can get a nice protraction setup. It would be inside the macro too. Like if we got something like this, that would be like A plus. I mean, it's a no news Monday. There's nothing A plus, but that would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. Staying patient, gonna wait for a protraction short if it forms. Let's see what levels we've taken out. In my opinion, this keeps going lower. Only double pairs if you're bullish. Oh, it's not bullish, no. Whenever it's a no news Monday and I'm expecting a ranging session, every single time we're in premium, we're in discount. I mean, every time we're in discount, every time we're in premium, we're looking for a high probability short because we're not expecting price when it's up here to go like this. We're just not expecting that on a day like this. It's the same thing when we're in discount. The only difference is we're still technically in premium. We didn't really run anything too significant, so we'll see. We're getting a pretty strong move higher now. 9:30 opened, went up. Toxic 9:30 open, went up, and that's it. Then we reversed. It didn't go lower before it went higher. We didn't engineer anything lower. If we get a move right back to these highs, then it's gonna be not an easy session. It probably will go. ES is gonna take this high. We're inside the macro now. In terms of the daily range, we are still in premium. Yes, I just don't want to short premium. I don't want a long discount. So we're just gonna look for a high probability short. Ideally, we get a protraction model. For example, this inversion here. If we get that, I think that could deliver this low. We'll also have an SMT at the highs. So we'll see if that happens. We are inside the macro. This is ideally the time I want to be executing. So we'll see. We'll see if this SMT holds. I have to see a pretty significant inversion here to trade it. Like, I'm not gonna take this. Maybe if we can close below like 50% of this, like I'd have to see more than just this one. Unless it just forms like really, really quickly. Ugh. Above both opening prices. And premium of this leg. A nice 0.27 there. I think for an eval trade, it's not a bad trade. We don't even need that much. Like if this is our target, we can even get a fill around here. We just need, oh no, I guess on Apex we would need 4R to pass. It's fine, we could just go for half hypothetically. I'm gonna go for a 4R trade on a no news Monday. So there we get the full high. We're still inside this premium city. The entire move up pretty much met. Sorry, the entire move down pretty much met with a move up. If you didn't take profits at this sell side, then you probably missed out, right? But we got midnight open. Like that's definitely a partial or something. So if you took that short, I really hope you took something off. I said I wish I took something off too. Asian lows is a lot to ask for, bro, in my opinion. Asian lows is not even, there is no Asian lows. You mean London lows? It's a lot to ask for on a no news Monday in one fell swoop. Like, usually pretty choppy. If you think you can turn on your phone, it's okay, bro. Looks like we may get an inversion here. We never shifted higher, so I'm happy trusting this potential inversion. If it forms. Starting to wick, just ruins the quality. If it was like a one strong swoop down, that would have been a lot better. Oh. I'm just waiting and see what happens. How many people took that short? Me, I did. I did. Took it with half risk. Nice. You got all out the low. This low right here, this one, or this one? Literally bottom took this trade and got wicked out. Uh, well, that's what you get for putting an aggressive stop, right? Just an expectation. Took 7 macros, then I stopped up. Oh, you took offset macros. Nice, nice. I did in $35 live account. You have a $35 live account? How's that even possible? That short was Charmaine's model. Nice. Yep, I saw your trade, Ryan, already. Nice, bro. If there'll be an inversion on the first FEG, will you go long? No. I'm not gonna long discount. I'm not gonna long premium on No News Monday. On any Monday, for that matter. Or any day I'm expecting a range day. TP first swing low. It's fine. It's like everyone forgets the fact that it's a No News Monday just because we had to move lower. All of a sudden, it's like a later day. Yeah, surprisingly, Ryan, my stats are not that bad either, bro. I feel like Mondays in general just give a really nice range, and sometimes they give you a range on both sides that you can play both. And as long as you're waiting for your discount premium, discount like premium discount, it's not bad. The people who shorted, they shorted off the inversion of first presentation. PSG lost 3-0. I know. I know. Trust me, I know. I got inverse twice. Yeah, but it's all about bias, right? You would never long from here unless you were really bullish for some reason, but we're so far in premium and it's a range day Monday. But you would never long first presentation inversion. You'd wait for it to fail, right? So you could, I mean, you could short the bearish fair value gap. Your stop would just have to cover. If inversion was on, there is no such thing. Like, this is not a, just because it inversed doesn't mean it's bullish. You wait for it to be bearish, right? The first thing we said on stream is we're gonna wait for higher probability shorts. Did I say no? If it inverses first presentation, we go long. No. We say we wait, we stay here and we wait for high probability shorts. In my opinion, this wasn't that high probability. That's why I didn't take it. I wanted to see something more, maybe below this wick, maybe a CISD. I mean, technically the CISD formed there, but it's hard to trust. And if you're using the bodies here as a major liquidity pool. So for example, it looks like this. You can clearly see the CISD there then. Anyways, we get the inversion there. Technically, that is a protraction model short off of. We did inverse that fair value gap, so actually, it's not a valid model. And then again, we did take out this short-term high and break, so I guess it is a valid model. It's hard to trust anything now when we're sitting at 50%. Wait till 10 a.m. 10 a.m. in 40 seconds. We'll look for an open high, low idea. Waiting. Like if we close below here now, that's a little bit higher probability for me because of the imbalance here as well. So if we get a bearish order block here, I wouldn't mind executing that on this eval. It's pretty good risk to reward too. NEM opens, trades higher, get a bearish order block, pretty good risk to reward on it. 1840, 4800. This will be like a too many trade on us on this account. If we want to full port the account, 3 minis. No, I guess that would be 4. I'm in favor of half porting Apex accounts. Or any 50k eval. Or I guess not half porting. 1/4 porting. Yeah, 1/4, right? So, yeah. I'm in favor of a 1/4 porting. 50k evals. It'd have to be like a clean move lower though. Like ES gave the move. YM broke down finally as well. If we get a solid close here, not solid whatsoever. Yeah, we don't get the order block. The order block would be here now. There's also an SMT there now. But now we're just consolidating, so it's not as strong. But we'll see. I'm not going to force it. I know I literally got this eval just to trade today. But I'm also not going to force it, right? We have such a good day. We have such good days this week. This could just be it. You know, right here. Just accept that we missed a pretty good classic model. And that's it. Probably we take out the high here. The thing about shorting this order block is ES is going to reach sell side first. This might stay pretty sideways, if I'm being honest. This might stay pretty sideways. Someone help. Is he in longs or shorts? I'm not in any trade right now, bro. Okay, I'm just gonna buy then? What's going on, man? Why is your bias bearish? Because we're in premium. No way that's Cameron, bro. There's no way that's Cameron. Is that actually Cameron? How did you get 5 followers, bro? Bro, this guy made what? Is this what, your 10th account, bro? I love fishing. Why do you have that account, bro? That's so funny. That's actually hella funny. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That's actually funny, bro. Wants to be your friend. We can be friends, bro. You know what? I think you're a funny guy, bro. I think you're a funny guy. Can you break it down off the higher time frame? It's a Monday, but you don't even need to look at the higher time frame. It's a Monday, and it's a Monday with no news. So I'm expecting range bound conditions. Every time we go up near the highs, I'm expecting it to fail and go back down. Same thing when we're down, right? Every single Monday, unless I specifically say because of something on the higher time frame, which is that did not happen today. That's what I'm expecting on a Monday. So why was I bearish here? Because we were up. It's as simple as that. Bullish here. Right now we're 50-50. We're still technically in premium. We're still technically higher. So I'm waiting for a high probability short. If you look at the daily range, we're still above. And if you look at the 930 range, we're also still above. So for me personally, I'm just going to wait for shorts. That's it. Right, there's not really a higher time frame. Look at the wick on the hourly. There's nothing clear about the higher time frame. Just the fact that it's a Monday and we're expecting range. Nah, no trades for me today. I mean, I'm not even trading my fundage today. I literally got an eval just to trade today. Um, so we'll see if it forms something on an eval perhaps. We have double SMT now. We'll see if we can break lower. Quite an aggressive short, but I wouldn't mind it for an eval. Trading to first presentation, Cibi, premium, stacked SMTs. I don't think it's a bad idea. See if we get the order block here. We'll take a short on the eval. Just at the end of the macro, 10 a.m. only really traded higher. I think it's a solid eval trade. The reason I like this as an eval trade is because this low is pretty much like 2R, which means even though if it's range bound, we can just short this low and that'll be like half the eval pass. But I don't know, it's pretty sloppy. It looks like it may not form. Look at the YM. The YM might also give a protraction short here off the 5-minute civvy. So maybe we get it here. See how the candles are like getting smaller and smaller though? That's not a good sign. So to me, it's like kind of like the session's fizzling out. I did see that, Eugenio. Yeah, that was included in my daily outlook. But because it's a no news Monday, like I'm not really expecting. I wouldn't expect it that low to deliver higher and higher for the whole day. You know, because it's a Monday. Wait, I have triple SMTs. No, I guess no, it's not really triple SMTs. We're not putting in any fair value gaps. I guess the best thing here is probably the breaker. But we're just consolidating. We may have to wait. Besides this inversion, there wasn't any other setups. There's no other way to get in short here. Well, tomorrow's earnings, JP Morgan, a day after Netflix, it could order the bullet sentiments will be confirmation. Sure, that can be your game plan. I don't think today's gonna do anything of the sort like that. Today's just gonna stay range bound. I mean, that's my opinion. It's gonna stay range bound. So we're just consolidating here. We are the champion. We are the champion. No time for losers. Cause we are the champions of the world. And we are starting to break lower. Perhaps. There's no imbalances in there whatsoever. Not a good sign. Okay, well, we are breaking lower. The double stacked S&Ts. I wanted to see a bearish fair value gap in here. Maybe ES will form one. Like if we start delivering lower from this low, we wick and come down, I'll take that short. Because we're still just consolidating. Yeah, nothing. Nothing, right? ES took out that short-term low. I wasn't in the 2-minute time frame today. Why do you always have the wrong buys? Haha. We clearly in a higher time frame buy model. I hope you're in long then, brother. Military earnings. Look at the larger picture. 30-minute retest of the Chach, along with the equal highs at the top. This guy made an account called Gatie. I'm in long. What are you talking about? We have SMTs higher and lower now. I don't think anything's gonna form until maybe 10:30, maybe 10:50. So we will stay patient. Who wants the 1v1 Clash Royale? I've been doing this shit for so long. The haters is comedy. What eval size? I'm only gonna get 50Ks from now on. I'm actually trying to get rid of my 100Ks. Trying to get. Why are you trying to get rid of them? I want to get all 50K accounts. That's why. I'm not saying I'm gonna just like give away the account. I'm just gonna try to get like I'm gonna go for a max payout on it. Not max payout, like withdraw everything if I can get a payout on it. I am currently in drawdown on it, but if I can get just whatever payout and just take it all out. Oh, I guess on alpha you can't. I might be stuck with it for a little bit longer. Nah, no trades, 2 chains. But the reason is I want all 50Ks. I want all 50Ks. Nothing for me, 2 chains. Explain why you only want 50Ks. The main reason is I want all my account sizes to be the same. The second reason is, well, 50Ks are the easiest ones, right? The only reason I wouldn't use 50Ks is if you want to stay with only one firm. So, for example, if I'm going to only trade alpha, okay, then I'll go for 350Ks. You bulking? I'm trying, bro. Yep, I want to copy trade the account sizes that are the exact same. Exactly. I don't want to have to calculate risk on different accounts. If trading with props, which isn't real money, then yep, that's what I agree with that. Currently not in a trade now. I'm already very skeptical of entering a trade on No News Monday. So unless we get like a really obvious setup, nothing for me. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing 100Ks. What's the max amount of accounts you can have alpha for? Currently it's 3. They're looking into 5. If I'm trying to bulk, just go for 2 shakes a day TV. That alone adds like 1+K cows. 2 shakes a day, bro, huh? I'm gonna have to shake it off, bro. It's a lot of shakes. Can you salsa? This guy, bro. Of course I can salsa, bro. Couldn't trade, just got out of work, but I managed to tape read a clean protraction on my phone. Would never trade from phone. Yeah, but every time I trade on my phone, except PM session model, I always like go on edge. Oh, you were on the 30-second? You thought that's funny. I made $200 today on live. Is that good? Nah, man, I think that's pretty awful. I think you should just send me the $200 and accept it that you're probably never going to be successful. Yeah, unfortunately. Yo, Jarvis, edge my TP. So, Gabby, I was thinking about getting a payout on my 50K, and after that, buy 100K. You would recommend me to stick with the 50Ks for easier copy trading. What firm are you with, Eugenio? Are you with Alpha? I would just get another one, bro. Just get another 50K. What do you think of the Alpha Trader firm? You mean Alpha Futures? Personally, Alpha Futures is my favorite. You know why Alpha Futures is my favorite? Because when I get funded, when I pass an eval, like you're so close to payout already, it's crazy. Got my first qualified on Alpha, and they're a very nice company. Congratulations, brother. 13 milliseconds CSD. Not Alpha Futures, but Alpha Trader. I don't know what Alpha Trader is. What are the requirements for the Apex payout after passing an eval? You need to get the safety net threshold. So for a 50K account, it's 2,600. So that's one. You need 8 trading days total. 5 of them have to be $50 plus, and then 30% consistency. Those are so realistically, if you want to get a payout on Apex on a 50K account, just aim for $3,000 and try to only profit like 200 to like 500 per day max. If you do that, you're good. Just keep it simple. Don't worry about the rules and just set goals. Set yourself a $3,000 goal. Set yourself a max TP per day of $500, and that's it. You know, don't try to do more than 500. I do use TopStep, yeah. Have anyone ever used Webull for NQ trading? No, I haven't. Is this still all-time? We're in all-time territory, but we're not currently trading at all-time highs now. Nope, I haven't entered a single trade today. I forgot to backtest London session. Damn, bro. Just full port you're funded then. I would have went with Alpha, but I got my funding futures for like 16, no activation fee. Yeah, no, I mean, whatever works, bro. There's so many options. Got to switch to futures from CFD. What do you recommend, Top Step or Apex? Depends what your goal is. I wouldn't like if my personal opinion. I would do Alpha Futures. If you want to choose between Top Step or Apex, Top Step is the better firm. It's easier to get payout, and they're the better firm for most people. Unless you want to get like 20 accounts legacy, then you have to do Apex. If you want more than 5 accounts, then you have to do Apex. You can copy trade them both, yeah. But the thing is, with Apex, you can get 20 accounts. So if if you're if you're trying to get like a really big payout, although Talsap's not bad because Talsap you can get it's 5K max, right? But the thing is, to get a 5K payout on Topstep, you have to make 10K, which kind of sucks. Looks like the trade was off. Was the long off that huge BPR previous end dog? Yeah. Below once we get below midnight, there's no model in there for me though. There's actually no long model here for me at all because we never got the CISD. You could argue there's a CISD in here, but even then, there's no model really, except 1013. You could argue. The only long model that formed for me was 1013. For me, my model. Alpha is the GOAT for payouts, even if you're not consistent long term. The two are nice, bro. Your thoughts on longing at 936? Oh, never. Me personally, I would never long at 936. We're just so far in premium. You're pretty much longing high of day, right? I would never long high of day, especially not on a Monday. The thing is, protraction only forms once we get the CISD. So there's a protraction in here, yeah. You could just make the argument because technically, the model doesn't state we have to have a reversal model before the protraction. You just have to assume a protected low. So if you're assuming this low is protected, then yeah, this protraction is valid. But usually I demand a CISD. You think London session backtesting is tape reading worth it? Brother, do you trade London? If you trade London, then yeah, do it. See, that's considered back. I only use the body for CISD. Gatie, serious question. I'm in ES swing long. TP is 6,400. I wouldn't swing long until we manipulated lower on the week, personally. Your stop loss, in my opinion, has to cover this fair value gap. That's just my opinion, though. So unless you got in like somewhere here, bro, that's a tough one. In my opinion, this is all fair game. We can come in here and do whatever we want. You got in at 6. You mean 6'3", 6'5"? Or 6'2", 6'2", 6, yeah, I mean that makes sense. 6'2", 6'5". I don't want to give you financial advice with your personal money, but me personally, I wouldn't even be in this trade right now. Not on a Monday. Just because earnings are bullish does not mean market's gonna go higher. Those are not correlated. I mean, bro, if you know CPI and PPI is gonna be bullish, you don't know. You don't know. Anyways, we're back into premium. We'll see if 1030 can give us a setup lower. We've taken out the buy side. ES is giving us a CISD actually right now. So technically we could short right now if we wanted to. Don't really have a draw. Equal lows maybe. 50% of the range. I actually think this can go lower. I wouldn't. I'm gonna wait for a protraction. I wouldn't short this. So if we get something like this, like if we get another leg, I'll take that. If I would shot 5K from Alpha Futures as a company take, no. Houseset doesn't take 50% from you. They leave the other 50% in your account. Alright, let's lock in here. A little bit before 1030, which is what I don't like. CISD on ES. Even something like this isn't the worst. 1.26. There's no point in going for a 1 hour trade on an eval though, in my opinion. We'll see if we get a protraction short, and then we'll take that. That's the game plan. Damn, we're just going. We just going. I didn't want to take the CISD. So if 1030 can do something like this, that'd be great. Then we can get a nice short. If this was like at 1030, then maybe I would have taken it. But 1026 at the candle's close, like this can still fizzle out before 1030 in my opinion. That's why I don't like this trade. We'll see if we get a protraction model in here. That's all I'm looking for. I'll short that without hesitation. 1030 if it opens trades higher. Now we have a new candle to work with. Just want to see this move higher and then break lower one more time. That's what I am doing. I like this imbalance right here. So if we get something like this, close below, I'll take that. I'd prefer it if we came like a little bit higher, if I'm being honest, but we may just get an order block now. But if this can just move a little bit higher, that would be best case scenario. But if we do get the order block now, I'd probably still have to wait. Looks like we may just get higher anyway, so it's fine. So we'll see if we can get into this imbalance. Looks like we may fall short. I would really much rather us just move a little bit higher. I may even demand it. It's just a lot higher probability in my opinion. Because we're going to have an open 3-minute now. Like, technically this is the model. But I don't think I would take this. Maybe something like this. But again, ideally, I'm still going to wait. Like, say I wait for the 3-minute or something. We didn't even close below. We did close below. So technically it is valid. It is a valid short if I want to take it. I'm going to hover the sell button. It's just way better if we get this 3-minute. But that 3-minute might stay open. I think we just wait. Trade will look something like this. Not bad risk to reward. I mean, we did get the volume imbalance there. Even something like this is valid. You could target more. But I'm just gonna wait for the highest probability trade. I'm not gonna be. Maybe it's hesitation, but it's not the highest probability way this could have formed. And it's a no news Monday. I don't want to force it. Hmm. I didn't want to take the CISD up here. I wanted to wait for a protraction model. I just didn't have enough conviction to take a CISD at that time, 10:26. If it was 10:30, a lot better. If you're bearish, yeah, you want to see that 3-minute be a breakaway. But I'm not expecting those low resistance signatures on a day like this. It's Monday. No news. I'm expecting a lot of wicking, deep retracements, back and forth. So I want to see that happen before I enter the trade. Otherwise, it's going to be just lingering over me the entire time, and I'd rather not. I'd rather that not happen. Any other day, yeah, that's a breakaway. That's a breakaway until we get these lows at least. No news Monday when you're expecting deep retracements and more sloppiness. Different story. It could still be a breakaway, but I gotta play the probabilities. We may now get an S&T if ES can reach the 3-minute. Hopefully ES at least. At least then we can get a higher probability setup, and we don't just wick. 1050 macros approaching as well. 1030 is the start of the new 1-hour candle in RTH. So I'm just expecting a range there. I'm expecting a PO3 range expansion from the opening price. Okay, ES touches the 3-minute there. Solid. So if we get a short-term high here or an intermediate-term high, we can trust it for the sell side. I'm just watching ES. It would have been nice if we had a bullish fair value gap in here. 12 more minutes till the macro. Yeah, we've traded into that Sibi now. We'll see if we get an order block off of it. It would need to close below here. It'll look something like this. Pretty decent risk to reward. I would just wait and see. So I'd ideally want to see it close on ES. Trade would look something like this. First level, you got a second level there, and then your final sell side objective. I probably would just take it 2R, if I'm being honest. But we'll see if it forms. Next key time is 10:50, or just going into 10:50. Is there a 5-minute? Yeah, we're inside that 5-minute now too. There we get that imbalance. Just waiting. In my opinion, the more it consolidates here, the better, because then maybe the macro will give us something clear. I'd rather short it inside the macro than right now. Oh, in Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin's like pumping, right? Last time I saw it, it was making new highs. Yo, is anyone here super into UFC? Damn, 121. Wait, does that mean my? Do I even have any crypto? Let me check. I actually don't remember if I have any crypto. I don't think I do. I think I own a little bit of XRP. You like UFC? I'm trying to get into like UFC, like watching every single fight and shit. Every 50 minutes. Yep, every 1050 to like every XX50 to XX10. UFC fan here. Um, our crypto portfolio is up $3, guys. Should I buy something? Okay, see now we're getting into 1050. I like this. Potentially, I like this. I don't know if I like this, but we'll see. We're in premium. Got a nice fib extension. This is that, sloppy retracement we were talking about. Say the 4-minute fair value gap's the cleanest. The 5-minute's pretty clean too. 3 minutes also pretty clean. There's a higher up 3-minute. We'll see if that wants to get touched. Is it there on the 1-minute as well? No, it's the 3-minute. So we'll see. But basically, if we get a strong inversion here, I'll just short. Simply just short the first inversion. 4-minute fair value gap, we get the inversion. YM is also kind of moving lower. 1050 macro is looming in the air. Try out the UFC game. Nah, bro, not the game. We're talking about the real stuff, man. Real stuff. The left chart is NQ, the right chart is ES. I saw only highlights of 317. I only watched 318. Wait, 317 was the last one, right? I've only seen the most recent one, and no trades for me yet. I always see you with the. I try to get a haircut every 2 weeks. Um, Jeremy, 317 was the last one. Yeah, I saw it, bro. I watched every single fight. All right, so if we get an inversion now going into the macro, that'll be my trade for the day. If not, then no trade in the morning. We'll look for 1 hour in the PM session. Again, I'd probably only do it on my eval. Don't try to force sales, bro. Look like Hussein on YouTube. The workout guy? Yeah, I've gotten that before. I actually do think I look like him, so that's not surprising to hear. I just use it as a confluence. I mostly just mark it out because people always ask me which one is it. I just use it as a confluence. Yeah. Realistically, all this stuff you guys see me marking out, I'm not really using it. I don't really need to mark out anything. I just sell. Like when I trade by myself, which rarely happens, I actually don't mark out anything. I'd rather not. I'd rather chart be completely blank. Maybe like an objective or two, like the new week opening gap. I'll have to mark that out, obviously, right? But what you can do is you don't even have to mark it out. What you can do is just go to style, put the price label, and then remove the line, and then I know current NWAG, and that's really clean in my opinion. But I guess most people disagree. This will be an inversion to short. I don't want to get in preemptively. Why are you so wrong on biased trades? Really haven't been wrong on biased trades. I don't think you've been following correctly. If this candle can start coming lower, I'm going to short it. All right, I'm going to get in short there. I'm getting short off this inversion. We're approaching the 1050 macro. We're in a premium of the range. And I want to see this fair value gap hold. We have equal lows as an objective. And yeah, that's the trade idea. I'm taking this on 1 50K eval. Right? I don't trade my fundeds on. I try not that I try not to, but ideally I'm not trading my fundeds on a no news Monday. So this is just an eval trade for me. We'll see if it can deliver. Put the stop at the high here. Make sure it's where it's supposed to be. Bro, I took this with 3 micros by accident. Shit. Okay, now we're in the correct position. Okay. So yeah, 3 mini short. Is it a full port? I don't know. 13 times 20. Full port. It's a 1/4 port. Risking 750 on the eval. If we close below here, I'll trail my stop to this short-term high right here. We didn't close below. ES looks a lot better. It's fine. I'm gonna put an alert here on ES for the sell side. $10.50 macro now. We'll see if it can deliver the sell side. ES looks a lot better. I'm a little bit worried that we might get a soup. We might take out this internal high and then move lower. But it is what it is. Because ES looks like ES is not gonna take out that high, right? It's gonna be an SMT. But that's fine. That is what it is. I probably won't take the trade again. Unless we get an SMT. Like if we get an SMT then immediately come down, okay, then I'll take it again. But if it takes like more than like 2-3 minutes, we probably get the SMT here. Okay, we get stopped out there. We do get the SMT. If this immediately comes down and gives me an order block, then I'll take it again. But if it doesn't, then that's it. That's it for the session. So we'll see. I'll give it like 2-3 minutes. If it takes longer than that, then I don't even want to be in the trade. Looks like it's staying bullish right now, but we'll see. For example, like if we were to inverse this fair value gap, I'd probably just take that one more chance. I'm just waiting to see if ES gives the inversion and Q, or do we come above this high? Overall, that was a pretty good trade. I mean, we got a nice premium. It was good risk to reward. Pretty solid candle. YM's also going. YM going sideways. We could just have the wrong draw. Okay, it looks like we're not going to get the inversion. So I think we just accept the one loss on the eval. I'll probably full port the other half of this eval in the PM session because I don't want to hold on to it, especially with Apex. I just want to pass or fail in one day, to be honest. Do we have a 2-minute? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna form. Probably just continues higher. Maybe this is an objective for later in the day. I'll keep this marked out. The SMT is still there, but It took too long. It's already been 2 minutes. I'll give it like 5 more minutes, maybe. The thing is, we inverted that fair value gap, so I don't really want to trust it anymore. We did close above the body there. No, we actually didn't. We'll see if this turns over. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna form, if I'm being honest. Well, that probably caused my session. So we took one loss on the eval. Like I said, I'll probably full port the rest of it later. I don't see myself taking another one. um, what's the 50-minute chart saying? We can clear all this stuff. That's a pretty large expansion for a Monday. Could be, if we take out Friday's low and Friday's high on one no news Monday, that's pretty significant, I would say. Pretty cool. Let's make this black. And log high. I like it when it's like this. Well, I guess we'll see how far this goes for a Monday. I'll probably look to trade the PM session. Like I said, full port the rest of the eval. Have you ever met other trading? No, I haven't met anyone. I don't want to meet anyone, to be honest. Very content with what I'm doing now. You can message me later, yeah. Did you take anything? We took one short on the eval there. We got stopped out. Take another trade late AM session on No News Monday. Maybe. I won't, but I mean, you can if you want. What color is that FEG? It's just gray. Just gray. I took a short here off this inversion. What grade would I give this? I'd give it pretty solid. Going inside the macro, we're in premium. We have equal lows. Just had the wrong draw. I would take this trade again, without a doubt. Nice premium. I do favor an inversion, not because the inversion's stronger, but because when we have fair value gaps being formed, it means price action is usually better. I wouldn't give it an A plus because it's a no news Monday. I didn't even take this on my funded, so there's no way it's an A plus. Um, but it's up there. I would take it again on eval. If this was on a funded, I mean, if this wasn't a no news Monday, this would probably be high A in my opinion. Probably be high A. Yeah, those equal lows are in SMT, but I'm not expecting higher and higher. Our bias wasn't really long. I mean, this was the move that we predicted for the day, right? Everything else is just scalps. Anyway, let's put this in the Discord journal. So how do I journal this? I like the trade, to be honest. I'm not gonna put this in my actual journal because I mean, there's no point in journaling my evals because I mean they're gonna get passed or blown either way. So that post nicely. Pretty solid journal, I would say. Yeah, obviously wrong draw. Yeah, I'm gonna trade the PM. That's fine. I'm gonna full port the rest of this account all in the PM session, right? This eval, I will get the other half up or down to either get back to where we are or I'll look for that in the PM session. Yeah, pretty large expansion for a Monday. I definitely wasn't expecting. Did I hear full port? Half port, half port. I don't really want to, because the thing is with Apex, it's a live trailing drawdown, right? So I don't want to be really taking like multiple trades with that. Well, I appreciate you guys coming through. Overall, not a bad day. We took one pretty good trade in my opinion. I had the wrong draw. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. Tomorrow will be every other day this week. We're going to be trading the fundeds. Today we didn't trade the fundeds. So every other day this week we'll be trading the fundeds. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. Tomorrow is stream number 5. I'll see you guys then. Peace.